Mr. Kyle's Orchids versus me.
Hello and welcome to Mr. Kyle's Orchids. It's been a hot minute since I've actually put any longer content out. Had a bunch of stuff going on. I've had doctor's appointments, I think 5 Mondays in a row. Everything's fine. Just things that need to get taken care of. And since Monday's my day off, it's just easy to schedule them all on that day. So there's 2 Mondays in a row where I had doctor in the morning and dentist in the afternoon, or vice versa. So I'm outside. It's a little chilly. No living orchid is out here anymore. They're all in the house. But I just thought I'd show you a really sad sight. And share. It took a while for me to bag up the orchids that were virused, and let me show you. And I still haven't actually thrown them in the trash either. So there they sit. Been out here for like 2 weeks. They've been through a couple 26-degree mornings in this bag. With that said, they actually don't look that bad, but you can tell there's some cold stress. So I think they're actually going to make it in today, into the trash today. Just a few things to look at inside. I thought maybe also do a virus test on one of the plants and kind of take you sort of through that. And a little story about an orchid that I now have two of. Right, but we'll take a look at those in a moment. Someone's very curious about what I'm doing because I got bags out of the fridge. He thinks it's food. All right, so these are the solution for the test and the test strips. And that's the American company I got this from. The Chinese company just didn't have the option anymore on their website to send to the United States. So I paid more, got less, and you have to store these, and then the refrigerator has to be nice and cold, so they have to come to room temperature before you can do the test. All right. So I'm gonna test this Nidosa cucullata because it does hangover stuff, and I have a tendency. I probably should have learned my lesson, but to drip on the ones below it. So I just want to make sure it's negative. If it's positive, then I'll just have to wait and see. Which I'm sure it's not. Yeah, but yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit. Show you. Got a new fowl at Lowe's. Flowers are starting to perk up a little bit, but they're all kind of droopy. Out of all the ones it had of this variety, it seemed like this had the most spots. Everything else was more solid in the petals there. So I chose this one because it was different. Any rate, so another no ID Phalaenopsis. Yeah, now I have like 32 of those. I do have spikes everywhere. Um, this one actually has a name. I can't remember it. Mini Lemon Drops. That one got an award at the show last year. It's got two spikes. No ID behind it. It's got this massive spike going up there. And then back there on the ledge, I virus tested that last week. It's negative, but it's doing something funky. So kind of think maybe it's magnesium deficiency. So all my fowls, when they got watered today, got a good heavy dose of Epsom salt. The recommended dose is 1 tablespoon per gallon of water. I dissolved in warm water before I added it to the solution, the water, fertilizer, CalMag that I already use for them. For their so maybe that'll help correct that, because there's another couple fowls that are randomly just dropping lower leaves, but it could be that they're old leaves. And then this is one of my older fowls. It's got some long spikes going up there. Another double spiker. This one, the one in the window, and mini lemon drops. They spent the summer outside, as well as this guy here. I'm going to show you some other fowls. A couple more. Pick this guy up at Trader Joe's. I think we've seen that. This one up at Lowe's. That one at Lowe's. Just, gotta have flowers. So this one I got at the show, Fall for Orchids. It had one spike on it. It just developed. This is the original spike right here that I'm touching. It grew this spike and that spike in a matter of a few weeks lately, and wow, that's the name, and it's going away, and I better fix that. I have another video that I'll just have to look it up. So anyway, so we have buds. Yeah, so I'll get able to see that flower. This no ID over here that has got these massive roots. I can't remember what it looked like when it bloomed, and it's got a spike. Obviously, see it there. Another one I can't remember what it looked like, but we got a spike. So this back here, this one I do remember what it looked like. Didn't bloom for me last year, so I'm glad to see that spike. Hopefully, it continues and finishes. I called it a painted one. It had like 3 different colors on the petals. I found something online, and I don't know if it was the same name or not, but it didn't write it down. Anyway, if it blooms and it's as pretty as it was when I first got it, then maybe I'll be able to find out if it has a name. This is a rescue from my partner's work. Had it for a couple of years, and it's finally given me a spike, so we'll be able to see what color it is. Got a spike coming up here too on this one. They're very little, very deep, dainty spikes. And my variegated here has a spike somewhere around there. And then what I thought was spikes on this turned out to be kikis. Anywho, kind of babble along there. Let's do the virus test. I think it's warm enough. We'll go get the sample. Okay, I got the sample. And you're supposed to have 0.15 grams, and this weighs 0.3, so kind of a little bit off. 0.17, I'm trying to get as close as I can. 0.16. I'm gonna call that close enough. Then you put it in a bag, and it has mesh in this bag, and you want to get in between the mesh. I don't know if you can see that. Then into the solution, and hold the bag so you don't spill it. So I'm kind of trying to fold it here. Can you see that? I can't tell. Move that. I think that's my sight zone. I can't tell. And then you smash it with something hard. And that's a pretty hard stem. It's not a stem, that's a leaf. I'm in here where I used to make soap, and this has pretty much become a workbench. It's kind of hard to smash, but let's see. Maybe there we go. Shit, yeah, that's pretty well mashed up there. And then this goes in, but let me see that. See the little arrows on that? It's hard to focus. I can't get any deeper than that. So carefully. Put there. Okay, well, I got in there. So now you come back in 30 minutes and read the test. It's a lot like a COVID test. Excuse me. A lot like a COVID test. If anybody's ever taken one of those, there's a control line and then there's the virus line. This will have um, results for the ORSV virus and the Symbidium one, and there's different lines for those. My experience, you can tell pretty quickly. I don't know if anybody's ever had COVID, had a test. That thing shows you pretty quick if you're sick. I'm not seeing anything there right now, but we'll come back. And yeah, so after one of my mornings it was a dual morning where I had a doctor and then the oral surgeon afterwards, or vice versa. I can't remember, but so because what relieves your stress better than going to buy an orchid? Went to Lowe's to see what they had, and let me back up just a little bit. The Saturday before, I was on Facebook, and Better Grow was showing or advertising that they had this new orchid in their shop on Amazon, and I know their Better Grow orchids on Amazon are like $30, where at Lowe's they're only 18, 17.98. But anyway, he named it, and I ran over there. I opened the app, um, and go looking for it. And it's golden. What is that? Golden Zell lemon chiffon. See, you can tell I already have it. That and so I put it in my cart and I kind of sat on it. And the night before, I went to Dual Doctors. I go ahead and I bought it, and be there in 2 days. Yay! So completely forgetting about that. I'm at Lowe's, and I find an orchid that's not dead that I like, and I see the name on it, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's familiar! Got to get it. It's got to be popular. I must have seen it on Melissa Loves Orchids or Nature Nails or something." And nope, didn't even think about Amazon. So, and I'll show you a little clip of me coming out of the store, um, thinking I'm all proud. So I get home and I take care of it, give it a little welcome cocktail. I was looking a little thirsty. It's a pretty healthy plant, but the next day I got my Amazon delivery, and as soon as I saw the box, it all clicked. I was like, "Dang it! I just got a second Golden Zell lemon chiffon. The second one, yeah. So there they are. This is one. This is the other. The one I got from Amazon, it actually had some more canes and looks a little healthier. Of course, it was taken care of better. Who knows how long they were sitting? The one that got at Lowe's, how long it was sitting there. New growth, lots of roots everywhere, lots of bark. Let me grab the other one. Oops. So yeah, this is the one I got at Lowe's. It doesn't look too bad. It's less thirsty looking. This was a little leathery on his leaves. So no, I don't want to plant them together. I don't know what I'm going to do. Which brings me to what am I going to do with orchids I don't want anymore? Or sorry, I'm just looking at nothing. Might as well look at this. I'm thinking about opening up an eBay store, Mr. Kyle's Orchids or something. I have divided divided this. Uh, so Labata. I am not gonna have a happy old person. I'm not gonna remember shit. Anyway, this is you can see it there. Lelia Labata Alba cross myself. It was doing really well in this pot, but it had the back part of it was growing out of the pot, looking very yellow. Sorry, looking very yellow. This is it over here. It's greened up this summer. I guess it got the nutrients it needed, and then it started a new growth. Let me see there, and a new growth put out some roots. So I divided it. I kept all these that I could, and it seems to be doing fine. I want that new growth to grow a little bit more, but I don't need two of those. Of course, once that grows some and replaces the older canes there, it'll look good. And then, what else do I have to have? Down here, my Helio Gold was not doing well this summer. So I repotted it. Of course, then I divided it in two, or it divided itself. So it might have been two plants already. So now I have two of them. One there, one there. They're coming out of it. I've got new growth. Um, the pseudobulbs don't look as bad as they actually did, believe it or not. It's this one over here on the right is throwing away old leaves, and they are in charcoal and lava rock now and doing really well. This one on the left would be the one I'd keep. Those new growths are doing really, really well. Love the flower in that. It was one of my first orchids that wasn't a foul. And then along with that was this sad when the red silk, I'm sending red silk. It was beautiful. It was in spike. It was flower. The plant just did not like what I had it potted in, so I'm trying to save what I have here. Don't know if those will pull through or not. If not, I'll just find another one eventually. But so there again, I don't need two plants. And up here, this is a division. This has not bloomed for me, and I can't. I think I got it from Jewel Orchids. It's the mother plant for me is over here. See, and I just put it in that pot. I never repotted it, so to speak. It's growing pretty, obviously very well. It was growing right out of the pot. It's going to be one of those rambling types. Look, see, I'm having this random scale problem. I think those are dead. I've been spraying. Look at that. Got to spray again. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that, but I'm having little colonies of scale popping up left and right. So it's pissing me off. Trying to deal with it as quickly as possible when I see it, and I am in my plants a lot. Um, anyway, so yeah, I have two of these now. Don't need two of these. So look what's happening here. This is a better grow. It's a Lowe's. I got this in July, I think. Um, whew, might help if you're looking at it. Lord. It's going to be peach, obviously. These buds never really spread out from one another. This is a first time bloomer. I don't know if they're going to fully open or not. We'll see. It just started yesterday, day before yesterday. Anyway, Gonna go check on the virus test and then give you a look at the Richard Mueller here across with Golden Tank, or vice versa, Golden Tank across with Richard Mueller. Its color changed from the time it opened until pretty much now. Okay, hold on. Yeah, before you go look at that, this is the Oncidium Twinkle. There's his name, Marguerite. My mom's mother was named Marguerite. That's not why I got this, but it just worked out that way. So I do have a Beverly. I have a Horace. That's my mom and dad. I have a Marguerite. I have a Scott. That's my partner. Um, and there's a Kathy over there. She's not doing well. That's my sister. Uh, and yeah, I don't have a Brian, who would be my brother. Anyway, let's go look at the test. Hasn't been 30 minutes, but it's pretty clear this is not virused. So that's good. So what I'll do now is I'll make a little tag that'll say virus tested negative in this month and year and stick it to the plant. Um, so I'll remember one day when I forget, because that's where my life's going. Anyway, so let's go back to the orchid room. There we go. Not an orchid, Christmas cactus. Or they should probably rename these Thanksgiving cactus. These will always bloom for me right before Thanksgiving, never around Christmas. There's a couple more in the other room. We're here for orchids. Well, I almost keep forgetting some of my new ones that I got. Yeah, me trying to stay with small. eBay purchase right here. This is a dendrobium. I will find the picture of the flower and put it in there. It's nice little orange flower. Bella Tumblum. I don't know. Anyway, so cute little one. It was already mounted, so that was nice, right up my alley. Then before that, did I? Oh my gosh! Holy moly, Batman! Did I show you guys these? I can't remember. I'm losing it. But Andy's orchids. The cute little leaves on that. This is. I think I've shown you these. I'm gonna have to look at my videos. At any rate, this little guy. I like the way that colors come out on this. It's another dendrobium. Rigidum. Again, Andy's orchids out in California. Um, oh, new growth. Yay. All right. Let me see this too. Another eBay. Allegedly a smaller version of that and Grecum, so we'll see. Ooh, almost forgot too. Spike. That is a better row. Another Lowe's purchase. Another spike over here. And then down here, this top one, because I mounted two together. See, we've had scale problems. It's giving me a little spike. So, yay, exciting. Right, back to your regular, easy for you to say. Well, side note. So I was moving some things around, and this is Sherry Baby. It's had two really long spikes, and these two spikes came a little bit later, so I'm enjoying those now. And so when I moved it, I had no idea it had this other new spike coming out. Look at that. So I get to enjoy Sherry Baby even longer. So that's awesome. And then this dendrobium. It's not fully open, obviously, because Let me see, buds. Come on, focus. Well, that'll be better when the other ones open up. What the hell? Anyway, that's gonna be pretty. I'll show you that one that opens. So yay, my culotta is negative. Um, and I can feel less guilty about letting it drip. And before we go, we look at the Richard Mueller back there, my Rene Marquis. Look, got buds. My, is this BC, BLC? Maikai, BLC, Maikai, Louise, buds on 3. See back there too? There, and then there's one there. So awesome. Excited about that. And I think that's all I have for spiking right now. All right. Enjoy the video. And see you guys in the next one.